Welcome back to On the Issues. Councilmember Dave Siebert is back along with Phil Tilford, a flight instructor with the Phoenix Police Department, and Ron Cummings from the Fire Department to give us the latest on a new twin-engine helicopter. Now, this is something that has been in the works for a while. Do you want to kind of give us an update on it?
It's something that I asked John Nelson to put on the Public Safety Subcommittee agenda a while back, and he did. We discussed it, and we gave staff direction to take this to the Bond Committee to ask them to put it on for a public vote, so the next time we have a bond election, hopefully next year, the public will have a chance to vote yes or no for this particular item, which is very, very important for the public safety, for people who use our recreational system, our parks and mountain preserves, along with fire rescue off the top of buildings, brush fires with the Bambi bucket. There's so many things that this can be used for. It's an expensive item, but it really is necessary for a city of this size.
Okay. Now, Councilman, we have a single-engine helicopter right now.
We have 7 single-engine, no-tar helicopters.
Okay. This is definitely going to be an upgrade for the city, getting the twin-engine one.
This is the major upgrade for the air unit. We will be trying to rebuild the existing aircraft that we have, the 7, and this major expenditure will be for the major rescue operations that are required on a fairly regular basis.
You said major expenditure. How much are we talking about?
Estimate between $3 and $4 million.
Okay.
But keeping in mind a single engine, as I understand it, is well over $1.5 million.
Okay. What about the importance of this in your work every day?
Well, the main importance from our point of view is the safety issue. We currently operate the aircraft in mountain rescues, as you know, and they are nearing their performance maximum in our hot weather when we have to effect these rescues. And from our standpoint, we would like to see the added safety of the twin engines.
Okay.
There are some aircraft that are capable of operating on a single engine if one goes offline. But when you only have one and that engine goes offline, then you have a severe problem. And we want to avoid that.
Talk a little bit about the advantages then of having the double engine.
Well, what it allows you is the ability to hover during a rescue operation, which is normally where we are. We're sitting stationary in the air with the long lines below the aircraft, and we're waiting for the fire department paramedics to package up the patient in a rescue basket situation. We attach that basket with long ropes to the aircraft and lift it up. If we don't have the performance capability to do that, then we have a health issue with the person in trying to save their life, extricating them from the mountain. And with a twin-engine helicopter, we not only have added performance, but then again, that twin-engine reliability.
Okay, and that's critical in some cases, I guess, if a person was up there for a long period of time.
Absolutely. Everyone's aware of the golden hour everyone speaks of in rescue operations, and we need to have the people removed as soon as possible so that they can get the advanced life support and medical attention.
Okay, what about the fire departments?
Well, we're the ones that are really at high risk at this thing because we're the ones that hang underneath the helicopter. Our goal has always been to provide the same care that you'd get in your house on the side of the hill. That was our goal. Before, without the helicopters, there's no way to do it. By the time a person found out he had a chest pain, hiked 20 minutes down the trail, called the fire department, we hiked 40 minutes back up the trail with some of our gear, then we just would get there in like maybe an hour to say, yes, he's having a heart attack. Well, now with the advent of telephones, cell phones, and everybody's got one, they call from the hill. 3 to 5 minutes, we arrive simultaneously with the police department and their helicopters. In 3 to 5 minutes, we can be with the patient with all of our ALS complement gear and provide advanced life support care for the person on the mountain. But it's just the risk of that. You know, we have to weigh our risk-benefit part of it, and you know, we're willing to risk a life to save a life, and that's what we do every time we do it with a single-engine helicopter.
Okay. Now, Ron, how many of these incidents occurred, say, last year that you were involved in?
Rough estimates, I would say that with the police department, we've done at least 35, but we do more rescues than that. A lot of times we don't always use the helicopter. If it's not life-threatening, we'll spend hours and hours and actually wheel the person down rather than take a chance on using that helicopter. because it's just such a high-risk thing. The reason we need the twin engine is that safety factor. If anything happens to the one engine, the other engine hopefully would, maintain your ability to keep flying and not crash. But once you hang somebody underneath that helicopter, if anything happens, there's not much you can do, so you really have to.
The reliability is important then.
Well, yeah, because we've never had a failure, but there's been some in the country. And the standard is that you have a twin-engine helicopter. But rather than just let people die on the mountain, we take a little bigger, higher risk and try to take care of the people that we have. We have a park service. When you talk about the inner city parks, the Papago, North Mountain, Camelback, those kind of things, you're looking at 30,000 people a week hike those trails. So we have a service to the public to provide, care for those people on the mountain.
Okay. Do you also see that as a challenge with more and more people being attracted to mountain climbing and to areas like this?
Absolutely. We've seen a definite increase in traffic in the mountain trail system in the parks around Phoenix in the last several years. I've been flying with the department for approximately 15 years, and there's been a huge increase in the amount of people. And as the population grows and the lure of the mountains and the peacefulness of it, I guess, and also, the exercise, it become quite popular. It's a huge amount of people in the park system every day.
Councilman, how important is community support on this project in order to get this twin-engine helicopter?
It's going to be very important because they're going to have to vote for it next year during the bond program. We always ask our officers and our firefighters to put their lives on the line every day they go out there. We ask that the public ask of it, the council ask it of them. I think we have a duty, a responsibility to provide the very best equipment that we can provide, and this is one of the items that is a must. I've been pushing this for a long time. This is our opportunity. We can't buy it out of the general fund money. It's going to have to come out of the bond program. The public's going to have a chance to vote on this, and I think they need to have the opportunity to be educated to know what is required so that when they make that decision, hopefully to vote for it, that there's a reason to spend this kind of money. And it may be them that's being rescued off the side of that mountain. Or, let me give you another scenario. You have a high-rise building fire and some of the people go to the roof. Can't get many people off the roof with a single-engine helicopter. It's not going to happen. This twin engine, whether it's for fighting brush fires, whether it's rescuing people off of the mountain or off of high-rise buildings, or whatever the case may be, it's very, very important.
Okay. Well, we'll hear more about that, I'm sure, in future months to come.
Yes, we will.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you.